Yo, people, welcome to Saeed TV and welcome to the Best of the Rest show. Big up to Boohoo Man for sponsoring the video. If you want to get 10% off your hoodies, go and check the link in below. Use the code Saeed. Go and get 10% off. It's hoodie season. It's cold out there, so make sure you're wrapped up. And yeah, man, big up to Boohoo Man for sponsoring the video. Listen, people are chatting to me about, where did you run last night? Listen, man, I'm here. We're live. We're direct. Best of the Rest show. I got the man them in here. We got a man like Premsy TV gassed. He's excited. What are you telling me, bro? You good?
Bro, you took the words out my mouth. You get me, fam? I'm telling you, we got 2 winners on one side and 2 losers on the other. You get me? So it's all good. It's all going to be a bad thing, bro.
I didn't even actually do it like this. It's kind of weird that it's put it on the same side, innit? You feel me? But listen, we move. Minor setbacks, you know what I mean? Major comebacks. But listen.
Minor setbacks? You man got toasted.
Yo, it is what it is. Yo, Carefree Lewis, good to see you back, bro. What are you telling me? You good?
I'm good, bro. I'm good. Are you good?
Yeah, man. I can't lie. I've recovered now. I feel like I've recovered now. It's
I don't blame you, man. That was a rough weekend. We've all been there, bro.
Rough, man. And you know what the worst thing is? I would have not minded it maybe Saturday, when you guys were playing Tottenham and Arsenal. Then at least then you've got the whole weekend. It was Sunday, the last game of the weekend, second to last game. And it just felt like, everyone was talking about it that day, but it is what it is. We got man like Jordan in for the second week in a row. Man like Patrick Lefty Dirty, man. But listen, I appreciate every time you step in, bro. What are you telling me?
Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm always here to step in when Patrick's not around, but I'm waving my flag. I know I talked a lot of stuff last week, and I'm here to, I guess, answer for some of my crimes, innit?
Yeah. You know what? Let's start with the North London derby, man, and what happened, yo. Listen, Premsy, man. You know what I mean? You guys do the business at your ground, man. You know what I mean?
Fam, predicted it 3-1. Yeah, if you watch it back, you'll see predicted it 3-1. Personally, it's just the same old story when Tottenham turn up to town, and I just want to say big up to George, for stepping in for Patrick, because man couldn't handle the heat today. You know what I mean? He wanted to do the dash out of it, but. You know what? Putting all joking aside, bro, I'm proud of my boys. You get me? At the end of the day, people are saying we're not played any big team. Tottenham are one of the informed teams in the league right about now, getting the results. Sorry, maybe not having the performances, but getting the results. And we dealt with them in easy fashion. I understand that we had a little bit of luck. Sometimes you have to get a little bit of luck in these kind of games. But the red card decision for me, if that was Granit Xhaka, I said it on my fan cam, he's going straight off as well. So personally, you can't really have that many complaints. When we was played Tottenham last season and Rob Holding got sent off, we weren't bringing that up. You get me? It is what it is, people. But George, all I'm telling you, fam, all that talk, you get me? All that talk, what happened? Get me? What happened?
Do you know what? Yeah, with that last thing, the red card, let's be honest, it's always bad when a red card changes a derby, and especially in the way that it did. Of course, no one's going to, like you said, I can't deny the fact it's definitely a clear red card. The studs went into the ankle. He didn't even look like he was looking at the ball. He was nowhere near the ball. So there's no questions about that. But the worst thing about the way that this game went is, like Saeed said prior to us coming on here, is we capitulated. A lot of everything, the way we lost was because ourselves. It was a Hugo Lloris mistake for the second goal. And then, of course, the third goal, we were just all over the place. After losing Emerson, for Conte in the system, the wing backs are one of the most important positions. So when you lose that player there, even if it's just for 5 minutes, you can just see how messy the formation got and how bad our team got just for that 5 minutes. And Arsenal cut us open like they're nothing, like there was no tomorrow. But I personally wasn't surprised as how the game went. We started off the game pretty well. We set up well. We were breaking Arsenal down. We were finding the gaps in.
What game are you watching, fam?
No. Let's be honest. No, let's be honest.
5 minutes. Spelling that 90 minutes.
I don't think. No, people are saying this. We didn't. There was no 5 minutes. But you guys dominated the game. You dominated the ball, and I did say that you're going to dominate the ball, but. We know how to play. You guys weren't creating any dangerous chances. A lot of shots on the edge of the box. We were probably a bit too passive in defense, allowing you too much space. But on the counter, we were finding gaps. But Son, Richarlison looked very off and just couldn't make that final pass. But personally, I think on another day, if the individual quality was there, we would have went to town on you guys, just like we did at
Guess
the lane.
what? Guess what? It wasn't another day. It wasn't another day. And you, man, got slapped up differently, bro. And you know what? The reason why this has been so hyped as well is because both derbies have been on the same weekend. You get me? So it
same
so
weekend.
Much hype around it. You get me? All the fans, and you know what? I was on the super fan debate with We Are Tottenham, yeah, and oh my god, the shit that they were chatting, bro. I swear down. Like, don't get me wrong, I like them, good guys and that, but come on, man. Like, sort it out, man. Some of the players that they wanted to put in that team, they were no shows. You get me? Arsenal turned up to town and shown man what time it is. Put man back in a box, yeah, and sent him down the lane. Simple as that. And bro, I'm just gassed, bro. I'm gassed because I know it's not going to last for so long. But whilst it is lasting, man's enjoying this shit. You get me? At the top of the table when you got Haaland scoring 3 hat-tricks and all that. We're doing something right and we're going in the right direction. But now,
that's the thing I like as well, by the way. You're actually level-headed about it. It's not like, yeah, Arsenal are going to win the league. We're going to go rival Man City or nothing. Like, you guys, I expected Arsenal to win, by the way. I thought it'd be a lot tighter than that. I didn't expect Tottenham to fold. I thought it'd be like, fair, 1 goal difference or something. But
I thought it would be a bit tighter as well. But the way Tottenham play, putting 20 man behind the ball and that, 9 out of 10, you're going to get 70.
This is Conte, though. This is Conte. We didn't expect anything different.
I mean, look, Lewis is a Chelsea fan. He would know this is Conte ball. And people like to say it's disgusting football, it's this. But when you saw us catching Arsenal on the counter and you literally it was 2 against 3 and we're breaking you guys down. If we scored those chances, you're going to say this is beautiful football.
But
Tottenham only needs to attack and it goes in. So it's you get like the worst. Either on a bad day it looks really bad, but on a good day it looks really good, and you'll see us score loads of goals. It's just
no, but not even in that sort of thing. Because like you've seen like the comments on Doherty and everything. He's like, I'm not playing him because I want to win and this sort of stuff. If Conte doesn't have 100% faith in his entire squad, then when you play like top 6 teams and that, he is literally just going to park everything and he's not going to have a plan B at all.
He's stubborn. I think he's a stubborn manager. I think being genius and being a perfectionist, you are going to be stubborn because you're always thinking, that's what got me into Milan. That's what got me to win Chelsea. That's what made me win them trophies. So he's reverting back to type he's thinking. And it's almost like it's not a PTSD, but it's like he's so wants that kind of way. And he isn't kind of thinking, well, if you give me this player or if I try Basuma, he's like, no. But you're stopping my consistency. You're stopping what works for me. You know what I mean? And that's the difference, Jordan. Can he rotate? In this game, for me, I thought you got outdone in the midfield. They got Xhaka, Partey, Odegaard ran strings around you, and you couldn't control it. And someone's asking here, is Conte ball the same as Jose ball? I think they're different. I think the wing backs are so key to what Conte does. But at the same time, though, he's not playing Spence. You know, you guys know this Emerson Royale is not great. He doesn't want to play Spence. So what do you do then? I don't understand for me. Like, what do you do as a top?
I think we're going to look at. I mean, Emerson's not great. No one's going to sit and admit that he's great. He had a bad game, and especially against wingers like Martinelli, who are very good at dribbling. They're 1v1 specialists. He's going to struggle, and we saw that on the weekend. But in other games, he can put in a good performance here and there. But the other option we have is potentially putting Perisic out on the right, using Cess on the left. Of course, the right wing-back options aren't that great, and as you guys highlighted, they're pivotal to his system, so we need to improve there. But at this moment in time, we have enough options to cover it. We had a really bad game, like a really bad game on Saturday. I think, like Prem said, there's probably no good players in our team on that day. I couldn't really.
You know what, George? Yeah. To be honest, if I was a Tottenham fan, I'd be so disappointed that none of them players on the pitch had any balls about them, because you can't just throw everything down onto Conte. You have to take some accountability as well as the players on the pitch. When you're coming up against for your biggest game of the season, bro, away at Arsenal, you have to stand up and be counted. And to me, every single player there looked weak, fam. Nobody looked like they wanted it. Nobody looked like they had the passion and desire to match Arsenal.
Like us,
bro, we'll get on to Usman later, bro. Usman got absolutely discombobulated and confused. You get me, bro? It was a mad thing, fam.
But you know what it is, bro? It's you know, as much as we want to say, you know, if you look at who won on the weekend, you see Arsenal playing the right way, and then obviously Man City playing the right way as well. You know what I mean? It just shows you maybe. I know the styles are different, but in this new era now, you've got to play a modern style. You've got to play a modern type of football. You've got to play something. If you don't show anything, then you're relying on individual brilliances here and there, John, and that's the problem. Lewis, what did you think of on the weekend with Tottenham and Arsenal? What did you think?
I'll be real. I didn't get to see a lot of the game because I was on my way to Palace. We had the 3 p.m. kickoff. But from the little highlights I saw and from what I was seeing on both sides, it's again a case of like the earlier question, people asking the difference in Conte ball and Jose ball. And if you want to say like Tuchel and other sorts of defensive managers, the difference is simple. They have plan Bs. They are able to change formations and bring different ideas to the table if things aren't working. Conte only has his one set style of play. And when you're in a position like Spurs where they did have a good window, but they didn't fix everything or get it to a title-winning standard. So there's always going to be problems with it because Conte is only accustomed to playing with title-winning teams or teams that are contending on that sort of level. So he's not going to have enough for Tottenham right now. They're only going to continue to have these problems. If anything, they're low-key playing better towards the end of last season than they've been playing this season.
100%.
Because there's been a lot of these sorts of games where it's like Tottenham won, but they didn't play well. Whereas last season, you were battering teams.
But then that's the thing is, the one thing I just want to say is we do have options to change. And Conte has shown that he isn't so rigorous in his ways at times because he can swap between the 3-4-3 and the 3-5-2. Yes, they're very similar formations, but the reason he hasn't gone with it so often is just finding that two up top that works. Because playing with Kane, we naturally know that he's going to drop deep. So you're losing that front man and you can't afford to leave Son up there by himself or Richarlison up there by himself. So it's a bit of a risky formation for us to play, but we like to switch to it in game. But I feel like people are also forgetting that we were missing our main creative outlet. We missed Kulusevski big time. You could see on that right wing. And if you watch Tottenham play, you'd know that ball goes out to the right side time and time again. And we rely on him to just do that direct 1v1, just like Martinelli was doing, just like Saka was doing, and taking those players on to create something. And we were missing that. We didn't have Richarlison's not a great 1v1 dribbler. We know that. And Son hasn't beaten man all season. So, I mean, like, there needs to be some context as to why we did play so bad. Of course, there's still, we have good enough players to do better. But if you're missing one of your key men, let's be real.
Bradley from Eastenders, was not going to affect that game in no way. Regardless of what, use man were going to get slapped up left, right, and centre. I'm telling you now, use man came to the Emirates, with your ass in your mouth right from the get-go. I'm telling you now for a fact, there was going to be no other result than an Arsenal win. And you know what? I'm not a deluded fan. I'm one of them to just say it as it is. But the performance that I seen from Tottenham, bro, if I was a Spurs fan, and thank fuck I ain't, oh my days, bro, I would be pulling my fucking hair out because, like I said, accountability needs to get had, bro. And in the biggest game of your season, can't fuck around like that, bro. Get turned over, let man like Granit Xhaka and Odegaard have the whole park to themselves. Bro, I'll play yous every week, fam, if that's the case. You get me?
It's true. You know what, though? I think we kind of like discussed Tottenham for all bad they've been, but Arsenal, you man did the job, man. You know what I mean? You're sitting pretty top of the league, Premsy. Life's good at the minute. You know what I mean? I don't know where we're at right now with Arsenal. Is it a case of just...
You just got to be level-headed, fam. You got to be level-headed because at the end of the day, we all know in it, of recent history, Arsenal always tend to fall off towards the back end of the season. And obviously, if you don't know that, then you're daft in it. The good positive signs this season is that we have seen a difference in mentality. We have seen a difference in quality that has come in, which has given us belief to think, you know what? We can push on and cement this top four. I think if you ask 90% of the Arsenal fans, I'm telling you, most of them will say Man City's league in it. That's just because we're realistic. They're a different animal. But funnier things have happened, Saeed. When Leicester won the league, nobody gave them a hope in hell. Every single week, it's going to fall off. It's going to fall off. It's going to fall off. So I'm just hoping and praying, bro. You get me? Sometimes you can hit the lottery. Sometimes you get me? I hope this is just our year to hit the lottery. For me, a top four and the Europa League would be a successful season, bro. And you just got to stay level-headed. Enjoy the moment as it comes. Don't get too carried away. Don't get too gas thinking you're going to win the league because you're going to set yourself up for a big disappointment, in my opinion. There's
a lot of Arsenal fans having chest, you know what I mean? And I kind of just hoping and praying that, you know what, this is our year, and you know what, fuck it, let's just be shameless with it. What are you thinking, Lewis, in terms of their ambitions this season? Who do you think is the closest to challenging to City? Or is it going to be a case of, like we say, that's why the show is best of the rest, is that you have the best and then you have the rest, and the rest are a bit like, 10, 15 points away from the top? Or can Arsenal compete? Are we underestimating what Arsenal can do now? They brought in Jesus. They brought in Zinchenko. Xhaka's on form. They've got a winning formula with Partey in the middle there. Okay, they have to keep players fit, but Are they on the road? Are they on the track? Or are you like, nah, not really? This
Nope.
time.
Nah, it's not happening. And I can't say nothing about people being shameless because I'm shameless myself. The game is the game. But if we're being realistic, Manchester City are walking through absolutely everybody. If they don't even have the title wrapped up by the last day, it's a disgrace, personally. It is just a case of the best of the rest. Are also doing really well. You can't even try and say anything about it or an if or a what. We said wait till Europa League football, they're still top. Wait till they face a Big Six team, they face 2, they're still top. They're doing well. They've got a very good squad. And Arteta's been building the squad really well. You got to give him credit for it. They're not going near a title. Like top 4, fair enough. Like they're probably favourites right now out of all the London clubs. And completely fair enough.
I need to revise my
league title.
Probably.
Probably all have to.
Yeah, I think Arsenal could get into this top 4. You know what I mean? You heard it first. I think... But then again,
it all depends on the season, because this is the biggest thing. Like, we're speculating with the most messed up footballing schedule in modern history. It literally all depends on who survives. Arsenal could go for a string of injuries and be screwed. City could go for a string of injuries and be screwed. It's literally just all about who survives, because there's so many fixtures for the entire top 6. Anybody could drop. It all just depends on who's unlucky.
I'm still putting United in the top 4, by the way. I just think someone's going to drop out. I don't know who. But you know what? You know what? Though? Liverpool. Liverpool again. They're looking shaky. There's 2 teams here that are going to have a drop off, or actually one. One's going to have a bad season. One is going to be close to getting top 4 and they just miss out. And that's what happened with Arsenal and Tottenham last season, didn't they? You had the 3 and top. Even Chelsea, though, to be fair. They stuttered towards the end of the season. I'm just going to get this super chat. AB15 says, nah, man, shut these Arsenal fans down. So much chess and haven't done anything. Bottled top 4, finish 8th, 5th. Humble yourselves. 8 games in. Yo, what's going on?
I bet he's a United fan that is salty because he's got
someone
slapped
said
up.
it, innit?
You get me?
It weren't me.
Yeah. But what are you thinking, George, man? This Arsenal, you know what I mean, redemption season, it's a crazy one, man. I don't know. It's weird, yeah, because the story was Arteta out. He's not the right man. Then they've been building behind the scenes. People have been saying, give Arteta time. Obviously, he's got Zinchenko. He's got a bit of mentality. Saliba's come back in. Was it always a case of just getting the right jigsaws to the puzzle, or, you know what I mean, have Arsenal spent the money and therefore you're seeing what's the you know?
Arsenal spent money. I mean, Arsenal spent quite a lot of money, over 300 million in the past two seasons. It's what you would expect of a team spending at this rate. I mean, if you look at any other top club, I don't think they would have had as long. They wouldn't have given as long to any of their managers as Arteta has had. So I feel like he's at the stage in his project where it's do or die. If his team doesn't do good this season, he has to get sacked. So he's been there for a few years. He's built in their project and they're at the stage where they should start to push on. But like you guys have said, I mean, Prem's even said it, Arsenal are known to fall off later on in the season. This isn't a new thing. It used to happen under Wenger for years and years. They'd be top they'd be topper in December, but then by the time it got to later on in the season, they would always fall off. So I expect in the second half of the season.
Get me.
Bab said him running,
shit,
man.
It just locked off.
What's going on?
I saw Babs deduct it.
Even YouTube don't want to see these Tottenham fans out here. You get me?
You know what I don't like as well? I'm glad I didn't do that Lad Bible thing right now because Babs would have been killing me, mate. You know what I'm saying? So fair play.
Long video, bro.
Mate,
sorry about that. Just had the little ones running. But yeah, as I was saying, so look, Arsenal, I think that they're going to fall off later on in the season. But like you guys have also highlighted, I don't think they're going to fall off as bad, and they could potentially finish in the top 4, especially because how bad Liverpool have been. Chelsea, I mean, sacking Tuchel, I think no one expected that. So with Graham Potter, I'm not so confident of them finishing top 4.
We're crap. It's cool. We're crap.
I personally think that the spots are Tottenham and Arsenal fighting for 2nd and 3rd, and then Chelsea or Liverpool. I mean, depending on later on in the season, like I said, who survives, but I think they could be sitting here in fighting for that 4th position.
Yeah, you know what? It's a mad one, isn't it? I just think with Arsenal, credit where it's due. Like I said, my hope is that I'm waiting for this meltdown to come around the corner because it feels a bit uneasy. Premsy, seeing Arsenal fans happy. I don't know what it is, man. Like,
you're just hating, yeah.
I'm not hating, but it just feels weird. It feels like a.
No, I like it.
Because it's unnatural, bro. It's unnatural.
Throw the hate on, man. Throw the hate, because when people hate on you, you're doing something
but it feels
right.
different. It feels different. Like it's
mentality.
Arsenal fans have been in meltdown for the last 4 or 5 years, and Arteta's been a part of that as well. And now you guys are on track. You know what I mean? What do you reckon stopping you from getting a top 4? Is it injuries? Is it mentality? Is it,
Arsenal?
2 more signings. 2 more signings.
Okay.
For me, we have to go out there in January and recruit another forward and a DM. Somebody who can replace Jesus and be as effective. Somebody who can replace Thomas Partey and be as effective, bro. Because if we don't recruit, as we seen last year in January, that was our downfall. You get me?
What's that? All right, I thought I heard something then.
I can hear something as well as the users. Can anyone else hear that, or is it just me?
Is that you, Lewis? Oh yeah, that's calm.
Yeah.
That's my fan, I think.
I feel that the mentality in the boys this year, bringing in title winners in Gabriel Jesus and Zinchenko. When you hear Aaron Ramsdale speaking on many interviews, he always says the same thing. These 2 guys have brought a different mentality to the club, and that can happen with players, especially when you're used to winning. Now, for me, the one thing I've seen different is that mentality. At times when we've gone down a goal, we've managed to get a goal back straight away. We've managed to not only then do that, but manage the game very well. The only game this season that we haven't managed the game well is at United. And that's down to Arteta. But it seemed like he learned from that mistake pretty quick, bringing on 3 subs with 25 minutes to go. You get me? When the game was still in the balance, it looked like he recovered from that fast. And he's not making the same kind of substitutions that he did at the United game, which is good. People need to give us some credit for beating teams like Brentford, beating teams like Crystal Palace, beating teams like Tottenham. Now, off previous seasons, bro, we would have been struggling really, really hard with these kind of fixtures. But this season, you can see the mentality has got us over the line. And all I'm just hoping and praying for, like I said, I'm not getting my hopes too high. I just want to take every game as it comes, bro. And if that mentality can just improve, the atmosphere around the fans, it's just unbelievable right now, bro. We just got to keep pushing with it, keep believing, because this is what football's all about. You get me? It's about results. And if you're winning, you're happy. You get me? We've not been winning for a long, long time like this. So man's just happy, bro.
Facts, man. Olu says you are acting like Arsenal never won a title. Obviously, in recent history, it's not been the same. Obviously, it's been.
We don't remember it.
Yeah,
what you talking about? You're 10 years old or something. You don't remember it. How old is you?
I was in year 2 or something when you guys won the league. I literally don't remember it.
Yeah, I do. I do.
Yeah. They got everybody watching. There's nearly 600 of you in the chat, man. Please, let's get the likes up. It's free to do so. Support the channel. So yeah, man, hit the like button, and also make sure you follow the man them in the socials as well. Make sure you follow and subscribe to their channels. Obviously, let's start with the Manchester derby. Lewis, man, kick us off, man. What went on, man? What went down? Did we get a thumping or what?
I expected it to be a case of City dominating, but I didn't think you guys would get battered that badly. Like, I'll be real, a lot of United fans went into this game like, well, if we get them on the counter, if we get an opportunity here, we might be able to stick something. People are underestimating this City side, and also how much growing United have to do to get to City's level, because they're nowhere near that right now. At least they were meant to look like they could compete more. But I think because of the nature of the game, it being a Manchester derby and everything, City would be more switched on for this game than anything else. So you got City at 110%, and they just absolutely thumped you guys because they're clear of everybody in the league. But from a fan's perspective, I can't lie, some United fans needed that humbling. They thought they were getting way too big.
Names, man. It's all right, man. Names.
No, because like this is the thing, and I think it's good for a lot of United fans as well, if we're being real, because Ten Hag is completely changing the philosophy of Man United. And people need to understand that it's not going to just take 2 games to be able to do that and then start going on a winning run. You'll have your good phases, you'll have your bad phases. We went unbeaten all the way up to November when we had Sarri take over under Conte. And as soon as we had our first loss, we were inconsistent as hell until March. I think with United fans, they've just got taken back down to reality. But from a footballing perspective, City have been levels clear of United. Like, it just shouldn't have been that much of a surprise.
You know what, man? It's for me. It's the nature of the defeat. You know what I mean? Because I just feel like for me, like they let us off, man. Because it was 6-1 at one point, and then he made so many changes. And Premsy, man, them man could have. Them man, if they didn't make them substitution, what would the score would you reckon would have been if
Yo,
Pep
did you not hear the
Guardiola?
crowd singing "We
Long.
Want 10", fam? Did you not hear
Oh, I
it?
didn't have the sound on. Luckily, I didn't
They
watch
would
it.
have got
I didn't
10.
have the sound on.
You know what? Yeah, I think you know it's bad in it when the opposing manager in a derby feels sorry for man in it. You get me? That's how you know it's bad. Now, realistically, I'd be honest. I thought United would have went in and put a much better performance in because over recent history, they have actually performed at Man City.
Yeah.
But how wrong was I, man? This guy, Erling Haaland, mate. What a machine, bro. He doesn't even look like he's a real guy, bro. You get me? This guy had the bit between his teeth. He thought, what, Roy Keane, yeah? You wanted to end my dad's career? I'm going to show you, man, what time it is. You get me? I'm going to make you sad in that box up there. And you know what? You got to give credit to the guy. The guy's come to this league and in 8 games has made absolutely everybody shit themselves. You get me? There's nobody out here, no players come to the league and is being feared as much as Erling Haaland is being feared, bro, because I'm not going to lie, bro, I'm scared playing him as well. You get me? That's just the truth of the matter. But the performance for United, man, lackadaisy performances, you know, the 3 goals, that was just consolation. Like you said, City more or less give up the game. Your fans walking out before half time, bro, disgrace. You get me? Personally, this just shows United where they are. You get me? And where they are is about 6th, 7th in the league. And let me tell you now, that's where you man are going to end up finishing about 6th or 7th in the league because the recruitment you have got, you have brought in some good players, Martinez, brought in Casemiro, whatnot. It's going to take time for these players to settle and gel and find their feet. You get me? Nothing's going to happen overnight like we've seen at Arsenal. And realistically, I want to see United's next game against Everton now and see how they perform against Everton and see if they can.
I'm nervous, man. I'm nervous for that game, you know. I can't lie, man. Like Everton away, who would have thought, man? 7 man are 7 on the bounce here, Jordan, undefeated. You know what I mean? Fran Lampard's at the helm. You know what I mean? You know, I'm looking at their midfield. Garner Gay, that tall, lanky, I don't know what he's called, man. He's a madness. You know what I mean? Like, bro, I can't lie, man. Should United be worried right now if there's not a reaction at Everton, or are you thinking that this is a blip, Jordan? How do you assess United at the minute? Obviously, we're 4 wins on a bounce. Was that just a reality check of you managed to calm down? You know, like you're in a top 4 battle, probably top 6. You know what I mean?
I think it literally just showed you your level, like Prem said. It's not even top 4 battle. I think it showed you guys you're just not ready for that top 4 battle. You're still there at the top 6. It's just, I don't even think that City played well as a whole game. Of course, I think they just broke you apart. They literally, Haaland was having fun. I don't know how the guy had a hat trick and 2 assists. He was all over the pitch and he seemed to be doing the same run. They were doing the exact same runs and you guys couldn't stop them. And it's just a lack of organization at the back. And I'm not going to put it onto the manager. I think it's something that you guys are going to have throughout the season. It's going to be inconsistent because he's only just come in. He didn't really have all his players and he's still getting to know what the best team is, which any manager would be at this stage. So I feel like your team's going to be up and down. You're going to have your good weeks. You're going to have your bad weeks. And I don't feel like you need to look too much into it as of yet. I think in the second half of the season, you might want to focus on the way that you're playing and sort of building that real like authenticity to your game and making you play the Ten Hag style. But at this moment in time, I don't think there's much worries because you just come back from an international break. Like there's so much inconsistencies right now, so many games coming. It's hard for him to really implement his style into this team.
Anyone that thought that Ronaldo should have played or should have started or should have had any role in this, because I'm in the illusion that I don't believe Rio Ferdinand what he's trying to say. I don't believe Roy Keane. I don't believe any of the pundits that are trying to say Souness. You know, like should Ronaldo have played? Is it as simple as that? Anyone?
No.
I say yeah.
Why? Go on, tell me.
Say yeah. The reason I say yeah is I believe Casemiro should have played as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
The reason why I say it is obviously I understand, Ronaldo is getting of age. He isn't, doing the other things well, as in tracking back, tackling, all of that, But I guarantee you for a fact, when you need a goal and you're on your last legs and you look to that team, you ain't looking at Marcus Rashford thinking, oh, this guy's getting us a goal. You get me? I understand that Ten Hag didn't bring him on at 4-1, 4-0 down. I get it. I do get it. But to start the game off, personally, If I was the manager, I would have put Ronaldo up there because he was your highest goal scorer last season. Biggest game. He knows what it means, Manchester derby. He's played in them ample times before. And just maybe Haaland being on the other side might have raised his level for this one game. Because personally, Rashford's been shit for a couple of years now. You get me? So,
but it's on form. I think it's one of them. There's a clear line, Lewis, in it, in terms of form and what you should be doing in a big game. I feel like Fergie was a master of that. Like, I don't care if say Nani or whoever's on form. I'm playing Darren Fletcher on the right-hand side, and we go to Stamford Bridge, and we're going to go and get a win there. Sometimes I feel like maybe Ten Hag just to understand that certain games, you should do your thing, man. Don't worry about the fans. You do you, and you pick the players that you think that are going to get you the job done. And I feel like Casemiro was that player. Where do you see? Obviously, you're a big Ronaldo fan and whatnot, but where would you say?
Yeah, with Ronaldo, like, I don't get why they play him anyway, because what would he have brought to the team that would have been any different to the way you guys have played anyway? If anything, playing Ronaldo is more at the detriment of all the other attackers around him, because then you only have to focus on him, and it probably makes the defending easier for City as a whole. Like, I understand why Ronaldo sits on the bench for you guys in most games, and you guys have been playing better without him, so I don't see any reason why he should be brought on just because it's a Manchester derby. Like, he clearly isn't at that level anymore. Casemiro, I was surprised he didn't start because I did think you needed that sort of experience. But I'm guessing McTominay was in good enough form that, like, you're not going to drop him based on the way that he's playing. So it is what it is. City's just a much better side. Like, you could ask questions about the mentality of the team going into the game and the way they dealt with going 1 goal behind and going 2 goals behind, but it's still very early in the Ten Hag reign. I think it's just a case of people expected a lot more from United going into this game than what they really should have, because the golfing class is just different.
Yeah, it is, man. And this is it, man. You know what I mean? The golfing class. We just got to forget this game ever happened. Go into that Everton game, because there's too many games at the minute. Like, you got to remember, there's game after game after game. Like, and this October period could make or break teams, man.
Did you forget you got a game before then, Saeed? A very big game on a Thursday night, no?
Who we got? Thursday night? No, man, we ain't got
Thursday night football.
No, I don't.
Thursday night football, man.
I don't do that, man. Yeah, that's.
I was going Narnia away in that.
Nah, that's Neighbours is on that time, and I'm watching Neighbours, man. You know what I mean? It's one of them ones, man. Nah, man, I ain't feeling that one. But you know what? We just gotta move on, man. And the game is coming thick and fast. And talk about, you know what I mean, games. Chelsea did your job. Absolute jammy.
Just
jammy, man. And who better? Conor Gallagher against his former club, man. Did your thing?
Yeah, bro. Blonde Mason Mount. Let's go. Yeah, like we said, I already thought that game was going to be hard as soon as we saw back 4, because we look absolutely terrible every time we play a 4. But yeah, we got a number 9 scoring for once. We got a long shot from midfield for once. It all feels a bit refreshing. First win for Graham Potter. Not in the best of circumstances. Like, I think as a team, like, we relied heavily off progressive passes from our defense. Our midfield was just non-existent for about 80 minutes. And just got by off moments of brilliance. But I think in the early stages of Graham Potter ball, that's all we're going to have to rely on, because our biggest problem coming out of the transfer window is that we didn't sort out our midfield. And I'll be real, whatever midfield we put in, I'm not going to be confident about, because there's just zero creativity in there. But that's why we ain't near no title race. That's why we're best of the rest. So at least we got the win.
You know what it is, though? For me, I think Chelsea got absolutely lucky, man. Thiago Silva should have been red carded. I don't know, Premsy.
Apparently,
you think
it was a foul before that. I'm not sure.
Nah, I'm not sure. It's a bit weak. I think Thiago Silva was stretching. I think he was. It could have been a foul, but I think it wasn't. I think it would have been very, very soft. Premsy, they got away with it, I think. What do you think, bro?
Yeah, I do as well, man. You know what? Yeah, with Chelsea, I think obviously they're not quite irrelevant at the moment, innit? That's why no one's really jumping on the bandwagon on them, because people know that Potter's coming. It is going to take some time for it to get his own players in, get his own system in, and see what Chelsea could do. Just like you guys, just like us, when a new manager does come into play, it does take a little bit of time to galvanize everyone. Unless you're a world-class manager already coming in and you've already got assets to your game that other managers won't have. So with Chelsea right now, it's a bit of a funny one. Obviously, Aubameyang, everyone knows I used to love him, but now fuck him. You get me? I can't be asked. And you know what?
He won you your last cup, man.
I don't give a fuck in it. You get to Chelsea, I don't like him anymore. You get me?
He's your best number 14.
That's my opinion. That's your opinion, and that's what I think.
That is your greatest number 14 in Arsenal history. That's disrespectful.
Are you a sausage, bro? What are you talking about? Better than Thierry Henry? What are you?
Why are you calling me offensive for? Why are you calling me a sausage?
Yo, he's better than Thierry Henry. Are you telling me he's better than Thierry Henry?
I heard from a couple Arsenal sources that he's your best number 14 in history.
Well, damn sausage, you were probably speaking to in reception when you was in
your best number 14 in finals. Can we agree on that? Your best number 14 in finals.
Listen, let me just tell you something. Yeah, my opinion is, I don't like him no more. You get me? Once you go to a rival, you go to a team that I don't like. That's it. Man's a loyal guy. You get me?
He won Arteta his only trophy. They would be saying his trophy looks like Tottenham if that was the case.
Well done. He's won a trophy.
You gotta be praising Aubameyang, bro.
No. The moment he's left, blagged it, he got fucked up and this, that, and the other. So fucking people feel sorry for him and don't give him that much stick.
Nah, he didn't.
All of this. I'm onto it.
You guys forced him out. He wanted to stay at Arsenal. You guys forced him out.
Look. I'll be honest with you. Look, I'm hurt by the Aubameyang situation because he was a player that I really, really liked. You get me? This is just the truth, innit? I ain't here to lie. I'm just telling you my honest opinions. I liked him. Top player, did a lot for us. Obviously, things didn't work out with the manager. Personally, I think if we did have an experienced manager, I think shit would have got sorted out. However, he went to Barcelona. Obviously, Arsenal didn't want him back, so he didn't really have many options. He went to Chelsea. I understand. But for me, loyalty is everything. You get me? Shit don't run with me. You get me?
Well, he's got the same love for
Chelsea, United. That's it.
He's still got you guys tattooed on his wrist, bro.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Look, Premzy, let's be honest now, yeah. You should be used to this by now. It happened with Adebayor, Nasri,
and I don't like none of them. I don't like none of them.
Van Persie, Fabregas, Giroud. How many more? We can keep going. We can keep going. Arsenal fans are used to this heartbreak of your players going to other clubs to celebrate success, especially at Chelsea. How many times have they gone to Chelsea and had that success? It must feel horrible, man. Come on, Premzy.
You man don't even know what success is, bro. Best you keep your lips zipped, fam. What are you talking about? You know what I'm trying to say? Yo, bro, hold it, dude. You get me? Hold it right, dude. That's all I'm saying.
I'm dying.
I'm saying. You get me? All I know is that any player that's left us and went to a rival, bro, I don't like. Simple as that. You get me? I'm Arsenal through and through.
Oh, Robin Van Persie. Oh, Robin Van Persie. That's for me the best one, man. He won us the league, man. The boy inside me. Oh, man, love it. I just get
hold on to that for the next 50 years, fam, because you ain't looking like you.
Well, that's it, man. We've still won the league. Have you won the league since?
We won 13 titles, bro. This ain't no shit club you're speaking to, fam. You get me, dog.
The last time you won a title, you was in Claremont, mate. You was in Claremont.
I don't give a fuck. We still won it, didn't we? And ours was gold, bro. You get me? It was gold. Have you won that? No, you haven't.
We're winning the league. End of stream, Dave says Marley Gunner.
Oh,
you know what though? Like for me, Chelsea. Matisse was talking about like process and all that. Like, is it a process for you guys? Are you guys just taking it step by step, Lewis? No pressure.
I hate the word process. And the one thing I will say is, in spite of us being in a rebuild and everything, the standard isn't dropping. Still demanding top 4. Still demanding trophies. There's been a winning culture at Chelsea that has been built since Abramovich came into the club. Yeah, 2003 and all that. But the point still stands. And I don't want to lose that. Like, I don't want people to be okay with us potentially dropping out of top 4. If it happens, like, it's annoying, but we're not going to sack Potter for it. I do understand that. But the targets still remain the same. If you sack Thomas Tuchel, you sacked him expecting the new manager to be able to do what Tuchel wouldn't be able to do and get us to top 4 because he's allegedly not getting the best out of our players. So in spite of us being in a process, yes, even though I despise the word, we're not going to be happy with like dropping to mid-table or 8th place or anything like that. Top 4 still has to run.
Yeah, man. Big up to everybody watching. Nearly 800 of you in the chat and there's only not even 200 likes, man. Guys, make sure you smash the like button.
Smash the likes, man. This is some serious content right here. You know what I mean? Man. We've
Smash
got
the like from people.
two derbies, 2 man on the losing side, Joe. Smash a like from all the Arsenal, man. Smash the like, man.
Hey,
What's wrong
3
with that?
derbies. Let's respect Palace v Chelsea, guys. Come on.
Yeah, well,
What?
listen,
Yeah, I
Palace
forgot
and
that was a
Chelsea doing their
derby.
thing. What, Jordan? What are you expecting from Chelsea this season? Are you thinking that they're going to cause a bit of fuss, or are they going to be one
Under
of
Tuchel,
Yeah,
under Tuchel, I did think that. I thought that they could potentially be a problem. I didn't think that they were title challengers, but after all this money spent and the type of players they brought in, I thought definitely going to be a problem. But now Potter's come in. I still think he's a great manager, by the way. I was very impressed with what he done at Brighton, and I was happy to take him at Tottenham prior to Nuno and all of this business. So definitely a top manager there. I just think that he's going to need the time, similar with Ten Hag, to implement his style onto his team. This team's so used to playing back five. As Lewis said, when they play with back four, they just look lost, and it's because they've just started to do it. Their players just aren't used to it. Tuchel's still had them stuck in certain patterns. So I just think that they're going to need time. I do think that it's going to be a process. I think Potter's going to need time to bring in his own players, and I don't think Chelsea are going to finish top 4 this season. I think that they signed him and put him on a 5-year contract for a reason, to show that they're willing to give him that time to build into the team that they need to be. But this season, I think they're just willing to write it off and just say, you know what, we're not there, we're not ready yet. And I think that period where the World Cup's going to be happening is probably going to be key, because they're going to have a lot of time to work with a specific group of players. But I don't think that they're gonna push on too far this season. I don't think top 4 is on the cards, but they'll battle for it. I don't think they're going to finish there.
I will say though, like, we're probably still going to stick to a back 5, because Potter plays it a few times for Brighton. It's just there's this weird obsession with our fan base that we're going to be so much better going forward as soon as we go to a back 4, even though we know there's no creativity in midfield and there is no creativity in attack, and we only rely on creativity from the wing backs. So it's like, cool, let's push our wing backs further back so they can be less creative, and then we'll play so much better. I think the problem with us is, in the window, like, we were just all over the place. And granted, it was because of the sanctions and everything, and Bowley didn't come in until mid-June, and we were late because of that. But we still didn't sort out any of our midfield options. And now every midfield we play looks terrible. And in attack, there's still barely any creators. And Tuchel as well, he holds part of the play.
What about this guy?
Favorites.
You're about to maybe sign an agreement with this guy here, and Nkunku. He'll be 75 million in it. His release clauses, isn't it? Top player for me. You know,
I think we're paying above it because we don't want to wait till the summer and then get everybody involved in a bidding war or something. But as a player,
you know the one thing. Sorry to interrupt. You know the one thing I must say to Chelsea, yeah, that Graham Potter coming into your side, bro. The one thing you will definitely see in the next couple of years is absolutely fantastic football, because we've seen what he's done with Brighton, and I don't think that you're going to go out there and sign big, massive names like you have done in the past. I think you've signed the odd one here and there, like Christopher Nkunku, but I believe that Potter's scouting network is just unbelievable. The players that he's brought through at Brighton and the level of performances that they've been playing at. So if I was you, it is a risk because he's not got that experience at a high level club yet. But from what he's shown already in this Premier League, bro, I don't think you need to worry too tough. Is this
Jordan? Is this a Chelsea signing Nkunku? Because I don't know how long they've been kind of looking at this guy, but is this a Potter signing, or is this more of a Todd Bowley signing?
I mean, it would be very silly if it is a Todd Bowley signing. The guy don't know football. He learned what football was about 6 months ago. And for him to be so involved in the transfer business, I've been very confused. He's like out here picking players or getting statisticians to say, oh, choose this player. And then the manager has to choose one of the... Like, that's silly business. I hope this is a Potter player. They should only be spending that amount of money on players that this manager wants, the manager that they're bringing in for the long term. But he's a great player, by the way. Very versatile, works across the front three. And I think he's going to bring a good dynamic to their team. I think he's going to be what they expected from Sterling, but he's going to be better. So, yeah, he's going to be talented, but I don't get why they're doing it so early on in the season, because I heard they're paying more than his actual release clause too. So they're probably doing it so they don't face him in the competition. But
I don't know how much it will be, but like I said, you know what it is? With Todd Bowley, he's got a clean slate. There's no depth at the football club. Lewis is there. You know what I mean?
No, Roman left us debt free.
That's what I'm saying. So end of the day, apparently it's 52.7 million. Apparently is.
Yeah, it's around like 50, 55, something like that. I think for Chelsea fans, like the biggest thing is just don't overhype him like all the other Bundesliga forwards we got. Because the reason why everyone's like, I want to be gassed, but we had Havertz or we had Werner, we had Pulisic. Well, we said Pulisic was going to be the next Hazard. Said Werner was going to be the answer to our goal-scoring problems, and Havertz was going to be generational, and none of them have been. Like, Nkunku, he looks like a good forward. He's been very good in the Bundesliga over the last few seasons. But I'm just seeing him as a good signing for us. Like, maybe he'll take some of the creative workload off Sterling's head, and maybe that'll make us better in the final third as a whole. But he does still have to adjust. And we've seen so many Bundesliga forwards struggle in their first season in the Premier League. So I'm not going to think he's the answer to our problems. And that's just it for me. As long as you reserve your judgment on the signing and you don't overhype him immediately, it is what it is. Just don't let him come with a lot of pressure, because that's what we've done the whole time. And we clearly see that the translation from the Bundesliga to the Premier League isn't easy. Only Haaland and Aubameyang have done it.
Yeah. And in like for especially Chelsea, Havertz, Pulisic, Werner, and who else is come from the German league at Chelsea? That's not done well.
I think that's it.
Yeah. So it's not a good track record. It's not a good track record, is it? That's the only worry. You know what I mean? Obviously,
yeah, but this is the thing. That's all the old regime. And like Lampard didn't ask for Havertz. Werner, everyone thought he was going to be a finisher when he wasn't even consistent at finishing in the Bundesliga. And Pulisic is just injury prone as hell and just massively inconsistent. But the thing is, you overhype these players. And then don't be surprised when he's not the second coming of Frank Lampard, or if he's not going to be the next Luis Suarez or something like that. But you hyped him up to be like that.
Yeah, but I think this is modern football, though, isn't it? Like, it's just one of the situations where you've got so many Stan accounts, you've got so many people on Twitter who like laud players early on, and then they kind of make them what they are. And you know what I mean? It's just one of the situations where, you know what I mean? That's the way the kind of modern era of football fan is now. It's gonna be relentless, man. So,
but then you make your own problems in that regard. But it is what it is.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, like it's been a mad weekend, man. Arsenal, top of the league. You know what I mean? The top four race right now is a little bit of a, what do you call it? Not a bit of a gap, but obviously it's too difficult to say right now at the minute. But Arsenal sitting pretty top of the league, Premsy. It's not too bad, is it?
It's not too bad, bro. But like you just said, bro, it's too early for anything. You get me, bro. At the end of the day, yeah, you got to look at the bigger picture.
Bro, we're fifth.
With 38 games season, we've got 30 games to go. You got to bear in mind, you don't get no injuries. You've signed the right kind of players in January. Then you can look at it and think, right, okay, maybe we can potentially do something. When it comes about winning the league, personally, not a hope in hell when you got Man City performing like the way they are. You know what I mean? They've got an animal up front. And I just want to say, I've seen in the comments, William Saliba. Yeah, I just want to big up William Saliba straight up, because this kid, yeah, is an absolute animal, bro. He's an animal. And you know what it is as well? People have seen him inside the French league over the last 3 seasons, won Young French Player of the Year. Pete, there was questions. Can he come into the Premier League? Can he deal with the pace of the Premier League? Man's nutmegging man in the box and all that. You know what I'm trying to say? The guy is just so level-headed, calm, collective.
I don't think you see composure like that anywhere else. Honestly, like the composure he has, you either have it naturally as a defender or you don't. And I feel like him, it's crazy. Like I said, to be able to just spin players in the box so comfortably. So he doesn't even look worried, because he just does it, turns, and he's looking up for the next pass. It's just
the biggest compliment to him is he's walked into our team, and he's made Gabriel look like he's not the best centre-back that we've had over the last
I've always found him suspect, man. I don't rate that guy, you know.
But you need to understand, Gabriel was a big part of our growth last season. He was solid at the back. Yeah, he has got mistakes in him, but when William Saliba's come in, we're all looking at it thinking, right, that is the centre-back that we've needed for such a long time. And it's give us belief now going into games that we're not just going to leak shit away. We know that there's at least one of our centre-backs is very level-headed. And to be fair, I just wanted to push that out for Saliba, because my man deserves some serious praise, you know, bro. 21 years old, playing one of the hardest positions in the league, and he's taking it with both hands, man.
Yeah, no, it's true, man. You got to give it to him, man. I think for me, you know, I don't know whether you know, it justified going and putting him out alone, and whether Arteta deserve credit. I think each to their own. Saliba went out there, he proved himself in the French league, and he's come back now. And I think for me, you know what I mean, he's one of the best centre backs in the league. You know what I mean? Maybe not if not Europe. Someone's asking Fofana or Saliba. I'm not gonna lie, I'm going with Saliba, man. I think Fofana. I'm not saying he's struggled so far at Chelsea, but he's not. You know that goal there, that against was it Palace, the first goal, fault as well in that goal.
Yep.
Saliba for me edges it for me just because.
You know when they were both at Saint Etienne, yeah, they were both centre backs there, yeah. And William Saliba was the more highly rated one out of the two in it. You get me? I understand Fofana's been in the Premier League 1 year longer and had that game time, but we can already see within 8 games what William Saliba's going to bring. I don't think it's by any kind of mistake that we're at the top of the league right now. I think a lot of players within that team have stood up and have shown, including Granit Xhaka as well. This guy, he looks like a revelation, bro. I don't know who he is. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know who he is, fam. He's come in. We found a position for him, and he's playing well. And I think William Saliba, again, is a big part of why we're at the top of that table right about now.
Koulibaly's been mid, not gonna lie. What's happened to Koulibaly? Was he playing on the weekend, or is he like not been? Is he been dropped? Is he injured?
I don't know why he didn't play that game, but he didn't play the first game against Salzburg either. He was in the press conference for tomorrow's game against Milan, so I expect him to start that. But if he doesn't play 3 games in a row, then I'm really questioning, because we haven't heard anything about him being injured or nothing. He's just been on the bench. And Koulibaly hasn't been as bad as people are making him out to be. I think he's been pretty consistent for us this season. It's just people expected a lot more out of this defense, and we've got 3 new players in the back 5. And they all need to develop an understanding, and that takes time. Give them a couple months, and that'll be a solid back 5. But right now, there's just a couple errors here and there. But Koulibaly was only terrible against Leeds. I think every other game, people are overrating it.
You give it a couple months, though, Lewis. And, I mean, Koulibaly's knees ain't got that long left. You already seen he's been getting skinned every now and then.
He's 31 years old, is that
Not because he's 31 years old. You just need to look at the way he plays. And you saw very early on when he came to you guys, when he gave away the red cards, he gave away stupid fouls because he gets skinned. And it's because he ain't got the legs.
That was his only bad game. Every other game, I think he's been consistent for us. Everyone's focusing on the Leeds match.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Any other games? Any other mistakes from any other games?
Maybe not mistakes, but he's still giving away fouls. It's not about the mistakes. It's more about
what games? What moments do you remember?
And as you said, to be fair, he's not even been playing recently. So as of the recent games, I can't speak on those. And prior to that, they're weeks.
No, but I mean, this season, because everyone's saying he's been underwhelming. But other than the Leeds game, I'm not getting any examples.
Is it because maybe your defense has been leaking in goals? And he's been in the back line, and we thought that he was going to be the kind of the linchpin of that kind of defense, and he was going to be the kind that made you guys more assured in defense. Is that maybe why? You know,
that's what I think it is. Like, we saw this backfire. We saw us spend most of summer sorting defensive replacements, and everyone's thinking this defense shouldn't be conceding as much goals, and that I completely agree about. Like, our problem has been we're playing the same football as last season, but now our defense is leakier. So now we can't get by off just one goal here or there because we're conceding too much. But the problem is because the defenders don't have an understanding of each other. They haven't played next to each other as much. Once that happens, we'll concede less. So I'm not worried about the defense right now. I think that's just a phase that we have to play ourselves out of. And this Koulibaly can't pass thing is an absolute.
You know what? There's one thing that we know we can do, though. There's one thing that we know we can do is shoot. So when Aubameyang is missing, put him up front, man. That's all.
I like the last game.
I'm telling you, one goal, man. It's not. It's just me. You're gonna see. You've got the washed Aubameyang. Remember that. Just remember, I said that to you, innit? The washed.
They said that when he went to Barca and he dragged them from 9th to 2nd. So I'm willing to wait.
We'll see. We'll have this conversation in a couple months, my bro.
Defo, man. We got you next month.
Yeah, it's gonna be crazy. I think we got Tottenham this month as well, and we got Chelsea on my birthday as well. Is it 20? When have they decided the fixture? That
23rd. I think with the.
Oh, that's good. It's not on my birthday, then, isn't it? Yeah, fair play then.
Oh no, Saturday, 22nd.
No, but it hasn't. It's not been confirmed yet, as in like the time.
No, but they said it's likely going to get moved to Saturday because of Champions League.
No, but we have Europa League, so it won't be a Saturday.
Oh, okay then. Yeah. No, wait. I think I think it's the Premier League midweek because you have Tottenham in the midweek and then you have Chelsea.
Oh fuck!
So it might be the Saturday.
Are we playing on a Thursday? Are we playing on a Thursday, Jordan, or is it Wednesday?
We play on the Tuesday afterwards on the early kickoff, so it's going to be a Saturday.
Yeah.
We're playing on a Wednesday. We're playing
your birthday.
So my birthday's on a Saturday. So, bro, if we lose that game, man, I can't.
It's gonna be a whole bad week for you, Said. You're coming to London for a bad week, man.
I know. Well, I don't know, man. Your record at our ground is smelly. I can't lie to you. We've done you over the last couple of years.
Yeah, you're right about that.
Apart from that 6-1.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But I don't mind. Like I said, with Conte, I don't mind because at the end of the day, I know what he's going to do. Ten Hag can set up like that and he can understand that he's going to play a low block and it's going to be pragmatic and we can go up against that. I just don't know what Chelsea Potter ball is going to be infected by then. But you're playing 4 at the back now. It's not 5 at the back. So one defender.
No, only 4 at the back because Cucurella's injured. As soon as he's back, we're going 5 again.
Also,
we're terrible as a 4. We're terrible. We should never be playing as a 4. Not until we get more midfielders and more creative forwards in. Like if Potter keeps playing it, I'm going to point at him and be like, "What are you doing?" Because we're not going to play well in that formation.
Yeah, Champions League's on tonight. Tottenham playing tonight. Frankfurt, bro. This is a big. You know, you have to win this game. You know, like I'm being serious. Like, got to win this game just to kind of ease the fans' nerves.
No, 100%. We're gonna need a statement performance tonight, especially because he's went with the exact same team that we started with at Arsenal. We're gonna need those players to step up. It's more about the individual players for me. And we're gonna rely on those qualities. Conte's a stubborn guy, like we said earlier. He's stuck in his ways at times, and especially with a starting 11. If he thinks that those are the best 11 players to go into a game, he's always going to choose the best 11 players to go in. I think we did need a bit of rotation because the players looked a bit tired against Arsenal and they just looked a bit leggy. But clearly, he's went with the same team. I don't think Frankfurt are too much trouble. We should get the job done, and I expect us to go out there and win. But it's never going to be easy. This is the this is the Champions League. Every team's good, so they they have quality to break us down, just like any other team in the Champions League would.
Yeah, Frankfurt as well, the most informed team, you know, in the last 6 games. They're doing their business. It's kind of weird because they lost a couple of key players over the summer, Kostic, and I think another one. I think it might have been a midfielder as well. They lost a couple of players, and it's still doing well. So it's going to be interesting, man. It's going to be interesting, man. But I've enjoyed it, man. I've enjoyed this episode. It's been a good therapy session. Arsenal are doing their thing. You got Liverpool next week. It's going to be a big one at the Emirates. Are you going to be there, or are you?
I'm there. You know.
Yeah, it's going to be a big one.
I think I'm not scared going into this game. Normally, I'm shitting myself when I play Liverpool and City. You get me? But this season, we're playing them at the right time. I think if we can't get the victory against Liverpool, I'll be absolutely devastated, bro. Because we should be definitely getting the 3 points, man. Especially the way they're playing.
Definitely, man. And then obviously, Lewis, tomorrow Ajax are going there, aren't you? To Amsterdam. Are you going today, or are you leaving tomorrow? Was it next week? Innit? He said
Ajax. I wish.
Milan. Yeah, Milan.
Liverpool got them, the dickheads.
Yeah, Liverpool got them. But Milan tomorrow, big one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. As much as I can look forward to a Chelsea game because we never seem to play well over 90 minutes, but it's must win. If we don't win that one, we ain't making out the hood. And this is cool. It's cool. Maybe we'd be better off in the Europa League, but I'm not trying to have that mentality. Let's just smash Milan home and away, and we can move from there.
There you go. But this has been the Best of the Rest show, sponsored by Boohoo Man. Make sure if you want to go and get your Boohoo Man hoodies or whatever, check it out. Link in the description. Use the code Saeed. Get 10% off. Big up to Boohoo Man for sponsoring. Premsy TV, big up, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
No, man, I appreciate you having me all day, every day, bro. You know what it is, bro. It's all love. And all I know is, as well, George, Lewis, big up to yourselves as well. I've enjoyed the show. Good characters, obviously. We have the banter on here, but it is what it is, people. Top of the league, and I'm here to enjoy it. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you subscribe to Premsy TV, people, on the road to 5K. So let's do this thing, start hitting that button. It's free of charge. You get me?
Come on, nah. Make sure you subscribe to Premsy TV. Jordan, man, big up to you stepping in 2 weeks in a row for Patrick. Love, man. Thanks for coming on, bro.
Yeah, no, big up, man. Thank you for coming on. As I said, it's always a pleasure coming here. And just if you do want to hear more of me, just hit that @ there on my Twitter or whatever it is, there, wherever the heck it is. And you'll see more of me there.
Yeah, man. Big up to you, bro. Carefree Lewis G. Big up to you, bro. Love for coming on.
Yeah, big up everyone. Panel, comment section, as always. Love these shows, and it's going to be even better as the season goes. But yeah, big up everyone. Carefree Lewis G, Twitter, YouTube, Chelsea Fan TV as well. Like, subscribe, and safe for having me on.
Come on, man. Come on, people. There's still over 600 of you in the chat. Leave the like on the video. It costs you free, you know what I mean, and whatnot. And just leave a like on the video. Help support the channel. And yeah, man, I'll be back tomorrow for another upload. Peace.